On the morning of October 12, 2019, 29-year-old Melissa King stepped into an elevator inside a luxury high-rise in Manhattan. She pressed the button for the 15th floor. The elevator doors closed. But Melissa never came out. She vanished. No trace. No sign. Not even the cameras could explain what happened to her. This isn't just a missing persons case. This is a mystery that shook New York City. A case with no clear answers, a trail that went cold. And a chilling final clue found halfway across the world. Melissa King was 29 years old. She worked as a claims specialist at an insurance company. Bright, organized, and engaged to be married in just 3 months. She lived alone in apartment 1502 of the Lexington Tower. A secure building in the heart of Manhattan. Friends described her as warm, funny, and full of life. No known enemies. No unusual behavior. Nothing to suggest she'd ever just disappear. 7:40 a.m., Melissa walks into the lobby, waving at the front desk. 7:42, she enters the elevator alone. Security footage confirms she pressed the button for the 15th floor. After that, nothing. No footage of her leaving. No exit from the stairwell. No contact. By 8:30, she hadn't shown up at work. By 9:15, her fiancé Dan Miller was calling the police. By 11 o'clock, detectives were inside the building, reviewing footage frame by frame. The security video was clear. Melissa entered the elevator, alone. She stood in the back, looking at her phone. The doors closed. The camera continued to record. But she was never seen coming out on any floor. One detail stood out. At 7:46, the elevator stopped on the 14th floor for 5 seconds. No one entered. Or at least, no one visible. Police quickly identified 3 possible suspects. 1. Dan Miller, her fiancé. Clean record. But he admitted they'd argued a week before. And he'd been unfaithful just 1 month earlier. 2. Rico Flores, the night security guard. Left the building shortly before Melissa vanished. Was in financial trouble and had a minor criminal history. Claimed he was asleep at home during the time of the disappearance. 3. Henry Black, a resident on the 14th floor. Reclusive. Multiple complaints from neighbors about his strange behavior. One neighbor said he often watched Melissa from his window. But no physical evidence connected any of them to the crime. Until investigators looked inside the elevator itself. Under the corner panel of the elevator, investigators found a small smear of blood. DNA testing showed it didn't belong to Melissa. It belonged to an unknown male. Fingerprint dusting found a partial print. But not enough for a match in the database. Later that evening, another clue surfaced. Melissa's phone was discovered in a dumpster behind the building. Security footage showed a hooded figure tossing it in. At exactly 3:17 a.m. the next day. The man's build matched that of Rico Flores. But his face was covered. Rico claimed he was asleep, but his phone had been turned off all night, which was unusual for him. Was Melissa abducted from the elevator? Could someone have disabled the cameras? Was she lured to another apartment? Or, did she vanish voluntarily? Her phone records, credit cards, and social media showed no activity. There was no sign of struggle in her apartment. Nothing was stolen. Theories flooded the internet. An inside job. A human trafficking ring. A secret escape. But none of them had proof. In 2021, 2 years after her disappearance, a user on Reddit posted a blurry photo from Bogotá, Colombia. The image showed a woman who looked exactly like Melissa. Shopping in an open-air market. Same facial features. Same birthmark on her neck. The post went viral. Interpol got involved. But by the time investigators arrived, the woman was gone. Was it Melissa? Or just a coincidence? As of today, the case remains unsolved. Melissa's name is still in the National Missing Persons Database. Dan Miller moved to Chicago. Rico Flores vanished from public records. In that building in Manhattan, the elevator has since been replaced. But the mystery lingers. What do you think really happened to Melissa King? Was she taken? Did she run away? Or was this something much darker? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more true crime stories every week. Because sometimes, the scariest stories are the ones that never end.